Catherine, thanks for joining us. A pleasure to have you here. Global trade changes are huge. They're causing a lot of concerns coming from all parts of the world, whether it be, the U.S., China, USMCA, Brexit, you name it, and a bunch of others. It's affecting companies in a lot of ways. What's the board perspective on these changing trade issues?
Yeah. Well, I think boards have a lot on their plates. They often have a real challenge sort of overseeing strategy and always want to spend more time on strategy. But they also tend to spend a lot of time focusing on risks. And there's no end to the number of key risks that board directors feel concerned about, whether it's cybersecurity or competition or business transformation, new competitors, all kinds of things that can really impact the company's ability to actually carry out its strategy properly. But then you layer on many of those geopolitical issues, like the impact of tax reform, the trade issues that you outlined, and tariffs that suddenly mean that maybe either supply chains are really disrupted and or that their markets actually, if there's retaliatory tariffs, have really dried up. So directors are really focusing on the area, but I think they're a little bit at sea like many of us are, just because there's so much uncertainty around this area. If I had some advice for management teams and executives, it would probably be to keep the board informed, not just of what's happening, but really how the executives are looking at it, what they think it's going to mean to the company's strategy, and how even they're thinking about addressing the various risks that are popping up over time. I think it's always good just not to try to keep the board from being surprised in this area, which is sometimes not helpful or not easy to do just because there are surprises around the corner all the time, it seems, in this area.
And directors, they may not have a full grasp of these issues, but they still can lend sage advice.
Yeah. Well, directors, none of us have ever really lived through what we're living through now in this area, or at least in most of our careers. But directors have seen many other kinds of crises. And I think many of them can just bring really great perspectives to coach the management team in how to think about things.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.